So it's been a while, and since then Dune has released, and with Dune's release came Revolution Synchron, which was hyped up by everyone as being the next broken combo enabler. But as it turns out, all the decks that wanted to play it didn't really need it, except maybe like Tier really liked it, ABC really liked it, Synchron. But we're not going to use it as a combo enabler here, as our field spell is basically our combo enabler. If you don't have access to the field spell, you're probably not playing unless you normal summon Kit with a machine in hand, but we're gonna use it as an extender, as a way to increase the ceiling of our boards rather than actually start our combos. So we're gonna start by activating Golgonda. Golgonda is gonna discard any name. I just used Branga here, but if you discard it off Golgonda like brothers, then here you would send Branga, but since we already have it, we're gonna send Rocky. We're gonna attach one, and we're gonna keep the Branga in the graveyard. You'll see why later. We're gonna rank up into Champion Sargus, which is gonna grab us Tally, and Tally is gonna be able to detach two to special summon two, one from deck, one from graveyard. So we're gonna grab Kit here, and then special summon Rocky. Kit is gonna grab High Spirits, which is then gonna bottom our card, our extra card here. And now we have 4 summons, so this means we're almost in Nibiru range. But on summon number 5, we have the ability to play around it with summoning Trap Chicks for Felicia. This is gonna save Send Grave by the Hole, which is gonna negate any monster effect in the hand or graveyard, and then deal 2 stacks, which helps in time like a lot, especially because it's a lot of damage. It's more than the Long Yawn. Watch is gonna add brothers and then send Rocky. And now we have a discard outlet for brothers with High Spirits. Just reveal it and then send Iron Dash, then grab Kit. Trap Chick for Felicia also here plays around Bestial, so they can't Bestial Iron Dash. And now we brothers, bring back Rocky, do the Yoinky Sploinky. This is a version of Chainlink 1 Seer target Dante, Chainlink 2 Dante target Seer, or whatever. And a normal brother since we need the machine for Gear Gigantex. And now we can search Revolution Synchron. So now we can special summon Kit, and then Kit is gonna synchro summon using the Revolution Synchron into Ancient Fairy Dragon. Ancient Fairy Dragon going to do the Yoinky Spelunky again, and then grab us this Colosseum. This Colosseum grabs us Regulus, and then Revolution Synchron is going to mill one, then special summon itself back, and then Clear Wing Synchro Dragon, or Crystal Wing rather, is gonna make it synchro summon into the field. Here you can make any 8. There's another 8 that I will show later that also came out in Dune that is really good for this build, but we're just using Crystal Wing here as an example since it's the next best one. And now here you could summon Regulus, and then I guess you would pass turn, but obviously you wouldn't have the zones. I messed up here. If you want to just pass here with Gear Gigantex on the field, you would just summon in the extra monster zone. However, if you want to play around Super Polymerization, this is important. You would link IP into IP with Champion Sargus and Gear Gigantex. Then you're going to summon your Regulus, equip whatever, and now they can't Super Polymerization your board, and there's no Super Polymerization target that is really commonly played that would deal with this board. So now this is an Omni Negate, a Monster Negate, a Spin with Unicorn. Remember, you have 2 other cards in hand, and then you have a pop, and then you have a negate of hand or graveyard, and then deal 2 stacks. So let's rewind a bit and I'll show you the other synchro you can make. So we're back here in the same step as before, the same combo. but instead now we're gonna synchro summon into Vsauce Amritara. So this one's gonna grab us the Vanadium Counter Trap, which is an Omni Negate and going to basically play around Dark Ruler. It's an extra brick though, so depends on what your goals are, and if you want to beat Dark Ruler, you can, and if you want to afford the extra brick, then you can play it. But it's just also just a nice Omni Negate that negates and destroys. And we're just gonna set that. I'm gonna activate Regulus, equip Rocky, then you pass turn, summon your Sargass, and it's basically another 5 disruption board, except you could have extra follow-up with your Gigan X if you leave it on the field. But also you do this if they Kaiju Rafflesia, your Sargass is no longer online if you don't have your Gigan X, so that way you can't detach any material from an Xyz, which would be the reason to leave your Gigan X on the field, aside from just extra follow-up. So now let me show you a new combo that I recently just learned. It's still gonna play around Nibiru. Thank you to Springans for showing me this combo. It's pretty insane. You're still gonna end on a pretty decently good board, and it's gonna be off Golgana plus Asvelar Trap, just any non-attachable name, because if you draw an attachable name, you're gonna do a better combo. Even if you draw Kit, you can still do a better combo than this. Trust me, this is the absolute worst of the worst, and we're still gonna play around the Nibiru. We're still gonna end on a good board. So we're gonna activate Gold. Gold is gonna discard his booty to summon Merrymaker. Merrymaker is gonna send Kit here, which is usually different since you want to send a name that attaches, but since we don't have any other names, we're gonna send Kit. Now we rank up into Sargass. Sargass is gonna grab Watch. Watch is then gonna send us Brothers and then add Bronga. And now Kit is going to be brought back and grab us High Spirits. And then you have to bottom a card here, obviously. So it's 2.5 card combo. Now you use High Spirits, discard Bronga, send Iron Dash, discard, and then grab Kit. If they do Bestial you here, they Bestial Iron Dash, and then your turn ends. So Bestials do work against this combo, like Dragon Link usually plays Bestials. And now we make Rafflesia on summon number 5, and then now you use Bronga to banish Brothers and grab Tally. Tally is gonna detach 1, detach Kit, and then grab Rocky. Now you just bring back this Kit, and we normal this Rocky. You can bounce the field spell here. That way, if they evenly you don't have to banish it. And then now we make an extra rank 4, or you can make a link 2. Doesn't really matter, just anything that you want. And then now we proceed to the end phase and special summon Sargass. And now we still have a rank 4 or a link 2 like IP. So here's the deck list, and yeah, it looks pretty standard to me. What I really like about it is that Synchron is only 2 slots in the main deck, 3 if you include the reframing. It's 3 cards in the extra deck, and that's about it. Unlike other variations of the deck, it's not that much main deck space. You can still fit in your 12 non-engine slots, which is really flexible. I also really like how you can pivot into it. You don't have to make Revolution Synchron. It's not your entire game plan. You don't have to dedicate your entire extra deck to it. You still have slots in your extra deck like Dweller, Rafflesia, Baguska. You can just make like rank 4 Dweller, both Sargass IP, and that's still enough to like beat like Unchained or Vanadium, which lose to like Dweller. Unfortunately, Synchron is a brick. So for it, in order to start your place, you would need Therion Field Spell, Synchron, level 4, and then a discard. which is just terrible. That's a 4-card combo that loses to literally everything. I would not try to play more than one. I don't think it's right. Another thing is this is one of the few builds that can play around Dark Ruler, which is a giant plus. You can just negate with reframing. There's few builds that do that, maybe like Math Mech, and that version also plays an Omni Negate in the form of the rank 4, but unlike this one, you can play more non-engine slots, and also I think it's less main deck space as well, which is really nice. It's less commitment, and it's not your entire game plan. Another thing is this deck does get better. Post Age of Overlord, I'll cover that in a future video, but this deck is going to get even crazier with it, which is really, really nice. It's a nice investment. In terms of actual like how good it is, I think it's either top best build, or if not second. It's one of those two. I don't think it's any less than that. This build is insane. The combos you can end on with little commitment is just really, really nice. And compared to other builds, you end on Omni Negates, so you can beat stuff like Evenly and Dark Ruler if that's your game plan with the Vsauce. And it's just, I think it's worth the investment in terms of competitive success. I think it's worth looking into, and if there's any build that I think could do well, it probably could be this one.